Greetings, Falcons. It's Dr. St. John here, broadcasting from the principal's office. And the purpose of this presentation is to prepare you for the completion of this course selection sheet. And we're going to do this for both 6th graders and 7th graders simultaneously here. You will be consider you rising 7th and rising 8th graders. We have lots to talk about, and hopefully your advisory teacher has given you access to a course selection sheet. They are colored sheets. What I have displayed here on my video are not colored, but on the left side of the screen is the 7th grade course selection sheet. That would be for our current 6th graders, rising 7th graders, and on the right side of the screen we have the 8th grade course selection sheet, and that would be for our current 7th graders, or as I would say, rising 8th graders. So this presentation will give you some information so that you can successfully complete this course selection sheet. I would ask that you put your pencil down. You can have this course selection sheet in front of you, but to gain the best information here, not miss any of these details, I would like you to pay attention and not be completing this as I am talking. Just listen, and I want you to complete this with your parent at home. It's going to require a couple of signatures at the bottom of this first page, one from you and one from your parent. So it should be a collaborative kind of family decision as you complete this and bring this back to your advisory teacher. So let's dig right in. And before we get into some of these details, I would say that your advisory teacher would be a good resource for answering any questions that you have. Also, you're more than welcome to come down to the guidance office and see your guidance counselor, and you can speak to any of the administrators as well. All right, so let's dig in. This completion of the sheet is due on February 9th. You can see that down here at the bottom, February 9th. And I want you to get this back to your advisory teacher. And here's how you complete it. All right, up here towards the top, you'll print your last name and your first name and your parents' names. And you're going to do that whether you're going into 7th or 8th grade. If you're interested in being contacted about potential enrollment in our fully virtual program, which is called ESACS, then you would check this box or check this line here. And you're going to continue then and complete the rest of this sheet regardless. All right, so as I have suggested in the past, once you get 7th and 8th grade, of course, you're going to have more elective opportunities, more choice in what your schedule looks like. Again, next year we will have 8 classes that you'll be assigned to. And for those of you who are 6th graders, please know that as a 7th grader, you will no longer have a kind of standalone reading class. Both reading and language arts, both reading and writing will combine into one language arts class. So you can see here in the box for our 7th graders next year, you'll have language arts, math, science, social studies, again, team time and the team tech trimester rotation, and you'll have those 6-week PE and related arts rotations that are in the box, 3 6-week sessions of PE, and then a session of 6 weeks in art, 6 weeks in skills for adolescents, and 6 weeks in tech ed in the tech ed room with Mr. Force. And then if you're going to be an 8th grader next year, same classes. However, the 6-week rotations will look a little bit different. You are going to have a semester of PE and then 1 semester of what's called Prep CC, Preparing for College and Career, and that is a high school credit earning class. So we're excited about being able to offer that to you. So those are the required classes, which leaves both our rising 7th graders and rising 8th graders with 2 slots in their schedule for elective choices. Let's look here at the 7th grade course selection sheet. Here's what you're going to do, all right? All of you will complete, whether you're going to have a single semester elective or not, I want you to rank order all of these classes here in our single semester electives that I have highlighted here. You're going to rank order all of those. 1 being the course that you would most like to take, and 11 being the course you would, I guess, most like to avoid or least like to take next year. And if you're a rising 8th grader, you will do the same. We want you to rank order all of these single semester exploratory courses. And they are exploratory. You're getting a splash, well, kind of a deep dive into a variety of different kinds of topics. And it's likely you're going to be doing some reading and writing and maybe even some math in all of these. But we're super excited that we have this bank of elective offerings to offer to you. So it's important that you rank order all of these, whether or not you're going to take a single semester elective or not. Okay, so you're going to need to do that. Now down here to step 2, okay, you will only complete this section if you plan to take a full year of music, okay? And you can only take 1 music class, so you're going to put a check mark next to which one of these music classes that you would like to take. You don't have to take a music class. That's why this says optional based on student interest, okay? So if you would like to continue with your band study, meaning you had 6th grade band, then you may do that. And you would just check band 7. If you'd like a full year of choir, you would check next to that. If you'd like a full year of orchestra, you can check next to orchestra. Same thing with over here with 8th grade. Okay. Again, the prerequisite would be a full year of band the year before. So meaning you can't take band 7 unless you've taken band 6. You can't take band 8 unless you have taken band 7. You'll notice here for 8th graders, there is a opportunity that you can enroll in jazz band. Now that is a semester course, and to take jazz band, you have to be in band 8, and you also, and to take band 8, you would have had to have been in band 7. So if you were in band 7 as an 8th grade or as a 7th grader, and you want to take band 8, you would check next to the band 8 box. And if you also want to take jazz band, you would place a check next to the jazz band name here right on this line. Okay. Now, also 7th grade incoming 7th graders, rising 7th graders, you have an opportunity to take a full year of a world language course. And we're going to go back to our rank ordering system here. You don't have to do this. This is optional, but if you would like to take a world language as a 7th grader, you may do that. I would say that all of these are high school credit earning courses, our world language courses, French, Latin, and Spanish. And so with that, know that the rigor of these courses, the level of difficulty, it's going to be amped up a little bit as compared to some of your other courses because they're high school credit earning. So just realize that when you consider whether or not you want to try a world language course. But what we want you to do here is we want you to rank order the courses that you're willing to take if you want to take a world language course. So maybe you're thinking, you know what, if I do take world language, I would like to take Latin the most, and then if I don't get in Latin, I'd like to take French, but I really want to avoid Spanish. If that's you, then you would put a 1 next to Latin, a 2 next to French, and you would leave Spanish blank. If there's a world language course that you do not want to take, then leave it blank. Okay? Or maybe you are thinking, the only world language course that I want to take is Latin. I don't want to take the other ones. If that's you, then you would put a 1 next to Latin and you would leave French and Spanish blank. If you are thinking, I want to take a world language course and I want to take Spanish as my top choice, and then I'm thinking I would do French, and then if I don't get into either one of those, I would take Latin, then you would you would put a 1 next to Spanish, a 2 next to French, and a 3 next to Latin. And again, if you don't want to take a world language course at all, if you don't feel like you're ready for that or you're just not interested, then you would leave all of these blank and you wouldn't complete step 3. By the way, if you don't take a world language course in middle school, that's quite all right. You'll have opportunities to take world language courses at the high school. And over here with our 8th graders, only students currently in a 7th grade world language course may select an 8th grade world language course. So you rising 7th graders, if you're not taking a world language course, then you would skip this step. If you're in a world language course, you would just mark the next course in the progression. So if you're in French 7 right now, then you would mark French 8. Okay? Now, here down at the bottom of the page, you'll see that we need a signature from you and a signature from your parent after you complete the course selection sheet. You need to return it to your advisory teacher no later than February 9th. Now, notice in this box we say, please be sure to review important information, including honors and world language placement on the back of this sheet. Super important. There is a back of this sheet. I have this illustrated now on my screen. We talk about math placement. Notice you're not electing anything related to your math placement next year. We're going to place you in the next class that is in the progression. So rising 7th graders, if this year you were in Math 6, then next year we'll place you in Math 7. If you're in Math 7 this year as a 6th grader, then we will place you in pre-algebra. And same thing goes for 8th graders. We're going to place you in the next math class in the progression. Okay? Honors placement, this is really super important. If you were in honors courses this year and if you've been successful, so for example, if you've been in honors language arts, honors reading, honors science, and honors social studies, and if you've been successful, we will automatically place you in honors courses next year. If you've not been in honors courses and you have met the automatic qualifying criteria, which is a 96th percentile in reading or language usage during NWA at any point during this school year, then we will automatically place you in all honors courses next year, meaning you'll have honors language arts, honors social studies, and honors science next school year. And if you haven't been in any honors courses and you haven't met the automatic qualifying criteria, but you have a strong interest in being in honors courses next year, then it's really important that you read this paragraph that I have highlighted here with your parent, because there is a pathway for you to take honors classes even if you haven't taken them in the past and if you haven't met the automatic qualifying criteria. There's an honors application process, and it requires you scheduling an appointment and writing an essay during the window of time right here, April 10th through May 5th. Okay, talk that over with your parent. If you're interested in taking honors courses next year and you haven't in the past, then you would need to contact after discussion with your parent, you would need to have a discussion with your guidance counselor and schedule this appointment. All right. Here we have information about our single semester electives, which was in that step 1 on the first page. We have information about 7th grade music. I've talked about that. Here's some information, additional information about world language placement, and just some other information that's really important that you go over with your parents. So with all that said, make sure you review this with your parent and complete it accurately and get it back to your advisory teacher no later than February 9th. You can ask questions of your teachers, guidance counselors, rewatch this video, or see an administrator in the office. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a fantastic day, and go Falcons.